This
Turn on the
conference
recording.
will now be recorded.
Thank you. Ya Ali Madad, once again, we will continue with our Farman, Baitul Khayal Farman from Toronto, November 28th, 2017. Inshallah, let's start with the blessed name of the Imam Zaman, Nur Maulana Shah Karimul Seni Hazir Imam, Ya Maulay Mehrban, Madad Farma, Ya Maulay Mehrban, Madad Farma, Madad Farma, Ya Maulay Mehrban, Madad Farma, Madad Farma, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Madad Farma, Ya Mola Tawfiq, Tahid, Himmat wa Yari Mola, Tawfiq, Tahid, Himmat wa Yari Mola, Ya Mola, मदद फरमा मौला, अपने नूर से हम गरीबों की हिदायत फरमा मौला, या मौलाए मेहरबान, हमारे करीब आ जा मौला, अपना हाथ हम गरीबों पर रख मौला, कि हम कोई अच्छा इल्मी काम कर सके मौला, तेरी मदद के बगैर मौला हम कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते हैं मौला, या मौलाए मेहरबान मदद फरमा, या मौलाए मेहरबान मदद फरमा. Let's start the Farman with the Holy Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. We are at the middle of the Farman, and Mullah saying one final point that I'm going to make. When the Imam gives you the bowl, he gives it to you, each one of you individually. This part, we know when we are there may be 1,000, there may be 5,000, there are large number of Jamaat present, so many murid present. But Imam is making this final point that when I give you the Isme Azam, the bowl, I give to each one of you individually. If we think about word individually and personally, meaning Imam is saying that I have a direct individual and personal connection with each one of you. If you imagine this part, that Imam has a direct and individual and a personal connection with each one of us. And that should help us in our ibadat. If you can imagine that, if you believe that Imam is with you personally, literally, he is present with you always, not with everyone, with you. And if you believe that, that will help you a lot in everything you do, and especially when you sit in बंदगी. यहाँ पर मौला आखिरी नुक्ता फरमाते हुए फरमाते हैं कि मैं आपको एक आखिरी बात बताता चलूं कि जब मैं आपको बोल देता हूं तो वो जाती है, इनफिरादी है. क्या कहा? जाती है और इनफिरादी है. हालांकि उस वक्त वहां पर 1000, 2000, 5000 लोग बैठे होते हैं, मोमिनी जमात हाजिर होती है, लेकिन मौला फरमाते हैं कि नहीं, ये बोल मैं आपको जाती तौर पर और इनफरादी तौर पर देता हूं. इससे हमें ये पता चलता है और इससे हमें ये मदद मिलती है कि जब इमाम बोल इनायत फरमाते हैं तो वो इमाम और मुरीद के दरमियान में एक जाती राब्ता है. ये बोल इमाम आपको, सिर्फ आपको इनफरादी तौर पर और जाती तौर पर इनायत कर रहे हैं. उससे हमें इबादत में बहुत मदद मिलती है. अगर आपको यकीन हो तो आप जानेंगे कि इमाम हर हमेशा आपके साथ, हर हमेशा आपके साथ इबादत के अंदर हाजिर और मौजूद होता है. और दुनिया के दूसरे कामों में भी आपको मदद मिलती है ये जानकर कि इमाम हमेशा आपके साथ हाजिर और मौजूद है. फिर हमसे गुनाहों के बेकार काम नहीं होंगे, क्योंकि इमाम की हाजिरी में हम वो काम नहीं कर सकेंगे. हमारी जिंदगी तब्दील हो जाएंगी अगर हमें इस बात का यकीन हो. हम किसी की बुराई नहीं कर सकेंगे, किसी को तकलीफ नहीं पहुंचा सकेंगे, जमात खाने में शोर नहीं कर सकेंगे, डिसिप्लिन रहेंगी, पंक्चुअलिटी रहेंगी, क्योंकि आपको पता है कि इमाम वहां पर हाजिर है और आपका इंतजार कर रहा है. आप कभी भी लेट नहीं होगे. तो यहाँ पर ये बहुत ही उम्दा नुक्ता है हमें याद करने के लिए. Here we have a very important point to think and reflect on. When Imam is with us always, there are things we will never be able to do, and there are things we will become more better at, punctual, disciplined at. We'll never be late as Imam is waiting for us, Imam is present, and you want to be there because Imam is there for you individually. Imam further says, and it is a matter between you and the Imam of the time. This matter is not between others, but between you individually, between you and the Imam. ये रिश्ता, ये बात, ये बंधन आपके और मौला के दरमियान में है, जाती तौर पर, इनफरादी तौर पर. Therefore, it is not a matter that gets discussed when people get together. It is not debate. It is a personal, individual matter. And I wish you to keep it that way. बोल के बारे में चर्चा ना करें आप, यानी कि अपने बोल को किसी के साथ शेयर ना करें, उसके बारे में किसी के साथ डिस्कस ना करें। हाँ, अगर आपको इबादत के अंदर मसला है, किस तरह से बोल पढ़ना है, वो सवाल है तो ठीक है, मगर आपका जाती बोल आपके लिए है, वो किसी को ना बताएं और कहीं पर भी इसको डिस्कशन में ना लाएं। If you have an issue on how, or if you need help with how, then that is a good question, but do not discuss, do not disclose, do not share, do not bring into a debate that I have this Isme Azam and you have that Isme Azam. That is not a part of a debate or a discussion. Don't do that. It is your personal and individual matter. And I wish you to keep it that way. Mullah says, मैं चाहता हूं कि आप इसको जाती रखेंगे, किसी के साथ भी डिस्कस नहीं करेंगे. That you do know it is a bond with the Imam of the time, and that you be happy with that bond. The bowl is such a bond between Imam and each individual murid. It binds us. So there are two sides of promises. There's a promise that you made with the Imam, and there's a promise Imam made with you. It's a two-way bond. Same concept as bayat and same concept as a promise. Imam says, if you wish to do ibadat, I will give you bowl. If you promise to perform ibadat, I will help you with the blessing and the nur. If you need courage, I will be there to encourage you. If you need strength, I will be there and I will hold your hand. That's a two-way bond, a strong bond, I would say. Very strong bond. One thing we know for sure, Imam do not break his promise. Imam does not break this bond between the murid and himself. यहाँ पर मौला फरमाते हैं कि ये हमारे दरमियान में एक पक्का वादा है और एक अब हमने बैयत के तौर पर दो तरफा वादा किया है. जब आपने कहा कि मैं इबादत करना चाहता हूं तो मैंने आपको बोल दिया. आपने कहा कि मैं इबादत में आना चाहता हूं तो मैंने आपको अपने शफकत के अंदर ले लिया. आपको हिम्मत की जरूरत थी, मैंने आपको हिम्मत दिलाई. आपको ताकत की जरूरत थी, मैंने आपका हाथ पकड़ लिया. आपको हिम्मत की जरूरत थी, मैं आपके साथ खड़ा हो गया. आपको अपना वादा निभाना है और हमने कभी भी इमाम को अपने वादे से हटते हुए नहीं देखा. वो हमेशा वादे पर पक्का है और इमाम यहाँ पर आपके साथ एक हाथ बढ़ाता है दोस्ती का और आपको दौड़वनी देने का। अगर आपको यकीन है तो इमाम हमेशा आपके साथ इसके अंदर, इस काम के अंदर शामिल है। Mullah says, but if you talk about these things, which people who are not part of our Jamaat, part of our constituency, they will not understand this. They won't understand this. So there is no point trying to illustrate an important matter to people who are not open to understanding what that matter is. अब यहाँ पर दो बातें समझाने में आ रही है. There are two things Imam is pointing out to us. Two things. One, those are who are not part of our Jamaat. Pay attention. Imam is telling you two things. One, those who are not part of our Jamaat, don't talk to them about your bowl. Don't talk to them about bowl. Period. I have seen, and I know you have seen, we talk about ibadat and our bowl very easily, very openly with others. From going forward, listen to this Farman, and if you like to follow this Farman, stop that. Do not talk to others outside our Jamaat. Don't say we don't do that. I know we do that. You know you do that. You know who you are who does that. Just going forward. Whatever happened. That is past. Those who are not part of our Jamaat, do not discuss ibadat and bowl with them. That's number one. Number two, even within the Jamaat, those who are not part of the Betul Khayal of this group, the group that was present there on that day, don't discuss this. Don't discuss your bowl with anyone. Just don't bring it into the conversation. The bowl is between you and your Imam. Those who are not part of this group, meaning those who are not part of the Betul Khayal Ibadat, those who do not want to do Ibadat, those who have not made themselves available for this purpose of Ibadat, don't talk to them about the bowl. So don't talk outside, and even within those who do not want to do Ibadat, those who don't care to do Ibadat, those who don't see any reason to do Ibadat, those who say there is no benefit in doing Ibadat, don't talk to them about it. Because even if you show them and tell them, they will not understand. Because they are not interested in this matter. उनको इससे कोई फायदा नहीं होने वाला है, क्योंकि उनकी कोई भी उसके अंदर इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. ना तो आप इसको बाहर किसी के साथ डिस्कस करेंगे, बाहर आप इबादत और बोल के बारे में बिल्कुल डिस्कस ना करें. और जमात के अंदर वो लोग जो इबादत नहीं करते हैं या नहीं करना चाहते हैं या उनको कोई भी उससे मतलब नहीं है, उनके साथ भी ये डिस्कस ना करें. क्यों? कि उनको इस बात से कोई भी लेना देना नहीं, उनका कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है इबादत के अंदर। और वो लोग हमारे करीब करीब हमारे दरमियान में हैं कि जो इस्माइली तो हैं, दुआ भी पढ़ते हैं, लेकिन जब इबादत की बात आती है, जब सुबह को उठकर मौला को याद करना, इसमें आजम पढ़ने की बात आती है, उनका इससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है। सो डोंट डिस्कस विद देम because they are not interested in this matter. So Mullah says, so I say keep that bond with the Imam. Only person you want to discuss with, only person you want to disclose with, only person should listen to your Isme Azam is Imam Zaman. When you speak of their Isme Azam, is only Imam Zaman should listen to that. That's between you and your Imam, no one else. And that's the strong bond between the Murid and the Imam. Keep that strong bond with Imam. जब आप अपना इसमें आजम पढ़े, चाहे वो दिल में हो या वर्बली जोर से हो, जब आप अकेले में हो कहीं पर, जब आप प्रैक्टिस करते हो अकेले में कहीं पर, तो वो आपके और इमाम के दरमियान में होना चाहिए और बस। आप किसी के साथ उसकी बात नहीं करेंगे और ना ही डिस्क्लोज करेंगे। मौला says, but keep it to yourself, protect it, respect it, and remember that Imam is with you. You need to protect your Isme Azam. Not only that, be respectful to it, meaning don't take it lightly. Don't take your Isme Azam lightly. And always recite with respect, with attention, with this understanding that Imam is there and Imam is listening to you. You know, a lot of people come to me and a lot of people on this line ask, when I recite my Isme Azam, I'm not able to concentrate. I don't know if it's working. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Relax. Don't worry about that. Just recite the Isme Azam back to the Imam as Imam has recited that to you. Remember, just imagine the time when you went for Baitul Khayal bowl ceremony, Baitul Khayal ceremony, as Imam has given you that Isme Azam, you recite that back to the Imam. That's it. You don't have to worry about anything. Imam is with you. He is your strength. He is your courage. He is your friend. He is there holding your hand. Just recite that back to the Imam. Watch how your concentration will become strong, will become continued, because Imam is there and you are reciting this back to Imam. It's a two-way conversation between you and the Imam. That's it. No thought can come in between because it's between you and the Imam. If Imam was standing there and you were speaking to Imam, how would you recite this Isme Azam back to Imam? Just as Imam had given you that Isme Azam, you remember that sound, you recite that back to him. And don't worry about anything. Be peaceful, be happy, calm down, relax, and recite that Isme Azam back to the Imam. And Imam is there. So protected, respected, and remember that Imam is with you. जब आप इसमें आज़म में बैठे हैं तो याद रखना इमाम आपके साथ है, आपको कोई फिक्र करने की जरूरत नहीं है. जिस तरह से इमाम ने आपको इसमें आज़म पढ़ के सुनाया था, आप वही उसी तरह से इसमें आज़म इमाम के साथ खड़े रहकर, इमाम के साथ बैठकर, इमाम का हाथ पकड़कर आप बोलते चले जाएं. आपका ध्यान इधर उधर नहीं होगा. क्यों? कि अब आप इमाम से बात कर रहे हैं. अब इमाम के साथ वो बोल पढ़ रहे हैं जो इमाम आपके साथ पढ़ रहा था. आज आप इमाम के साथ पढ़ रहे हैं. आप याद करें कि इमाम ने किस तरह से आपको बोल दिया था. इसी तरह से आप इमाम को वो बोल सुनाते चले जाएं. चूंकि इमाम वहां पर मौजूद है, आपको डिस्टरबेंस नहीं होगा. कोशिश करें, इंशाल्लाह. He is with you. Imam is with you. He is with you. It is not something unimportant. It is very important. Attach enormous importance that every murid should have contact the with the Imam of the time. I give you once again my best special blessings. Kanavadan, Kanavadan, Kanavadan. Remember, remember, is very important. And you have the contact with the Imam. Remember that. You have direct connection with the Imam. If you remember this few parts, that Imam is always with you. Imam is your courage. Imam is your strength. Imam is holding your hand. And you are reciting your Ismail Azam back to the Imam. And you have a direct connection with the Imam. Imam is right there with you. If you are speaking to Imam and reciting what he has just told you, remember their sound and voice. When Imam was giving the Ismail Azam, you are reciting back to him. Your concentration will be completely on the Imam as Imam is present with you. That is practice. That is the practice that we have been talking about for last 2-3 years. Practice, practice, practice. And you will see, inshallah, this bond will become stronger and stronger, inshallah. चूंकि इमाम आपके साथ है, आपको कोई मसला नहीं होगा. आप यकीन करें, इमाम आपके साथ है. Mullah says, I assume that now all my murid are part of our special Jamaat with the link to the Imam of the time. Why Imam is calling you special Jamaat? Isn't entire Jamaat special to the Mullah Bapa? But you made that bond by coming and saying, Mullah Bapa, I want to be near you. I wanted to be near your nur. I want to perform ibadat. That made you part of this special group, this special Betul Khyal member. Now you have that special bond and the link with the Imam. Why use word link? Can you think about it for a second? What does link means? Can you imagine a link? I'll come back in English. Let me ask the same question to our Urdu speaking friends. यहाँ पर मौला फरमाते हैं कि याद रखें कि आपका मेरे साथ एक स्पेशल लिंक है, एक बॉन्ड है। अब इस लिंक को मजबूत करें, इस बॉन्ड को मजबूत करें। यहाँ पर जो वर्ड यूज किया गया है लिंक का, वो क्यों लिंक का वर्ड यूज किया गया है? बहुत ही जबरदस्त तवज्जो के लायक है ये वर्ड लिंक। If you think of the link, what does link do? There's a link and there's a link and there's a link connected. That's the link connected. You see that? It's connected. It's not there to be broken. It's not there to be detached. And if you take the link by link by link by link, what will happen? You will move forward. You will move upward. You pull on the link one by one by one and move yourself to the higher places. Closer and closer and closer to the Noor of Imamat. The word link is very perfect, important part of this conversation. That there is a link between you and Imam, a tight link, not to be broken. With the link, you can move forward and upward. With the link, you can come closer and closer to the Noor of the Imam. It's a link, a connection, not to be broken. जब मौला ने फरमाया कि ये आपके और आपके इमाम के दरमियान में एक लिंक है, तो आप जानते हैं कि लिंक से लिंक बनती है, टूटती नहीं है, और उसको आप तोड़ेंगे भी नहीं, उसको आप खोलेंगे भी नहीं। आप अपना लिंक इमाम के साथ बांध के रखना, कभी भी तोड़ना नहीं। और इस लिंक को यूज करते हुए आगे से आगे और ऊपर से ऊपर चढ़ते चले जाएं और नूर के करीब से करीब से करीब आने के लिए इस लिंक का इस्तेमाल करें। इसलिए यहाँ पर यह वर्ड यूज किया गया लिंक का, कि आप उस लिंक को इस्तेमाल करें जो आपके और इमाम के दरमियान में है। सबसे पहले खोलना नहीं, तोड़ना नहीं, और उसको खींचते हुए ऊपर से ऊपर जाते रहना, करीब से करीब आते रहना। इसलिए यहाँ पर लिंक, और लिंक के अंदर क्या बात है कि लिंक एक दूसरे से जुड़ जाती है। नाउ टुडे you have made a link, a strong link with the Imam of the time. Do not break it. Matter of fact, utilize it, protect it, value it, respect it. It is personal to you. You cannot share with other people. Don't break this link. Matter of fact, protect it, value it, respect it, and don't share with others. Because this link is given to you by the Imam, so you may use it to come near his Noor. That is the purpose. किसी के साथ इसको शेयर नहीं करना है, उसका ख्याल करना, उसकी वैल्यू को जानना, Don't try, don't try. They may say, well, what is he talking about? And he and we don't want to be in that position. We want to be happy in our faith. We want to be humble in our faith. We want to be true in our faith. Keep these values to yourself. Share them with me, Mullah says. Now, let's come to this one. What I said earlier, that when you sit in the ibadat, listen to it very carefully. When you sit in ibadat, Imam is with you, right there. You speak that bowl back to the Imam as Imam has spoken to you individually and personally. He had given you that bowl with his Mukh Mubarak, just like that. Remember that? You speak that back to him. Now there's a two-way conversation. He gave you the bowl and you're reciting back to him. Mullah said, if you want to share this bowl, share with me. You see that? As I have shared this Isme Azam with you, you share the Isme Azam back with me. That's it. Nobody else. That's the bond between Murid and the Imam. As he has given to you, you remember that sound, that voice, you recite it back to him. That's the bond between you and the Imam. Individual bond. Mullah says, share them with me. जिस तरह से मौला ने आपको इसमें आजम दिया था उसको आप अपने पास रखें. याद रखें कि मौला आपके साथ है, हमेशा आपके साथ है, इबादत में आपके साथ है. जिस तरह से मौला ने आपको इसमें आजम दिया था, आप याद करें उस दिन को. इसी तरह से आज आप मौला को वो इसमें आजम सुनाएं. अब आपके और इमाम के दरमियान में एक कॉन्वर्सेशन हो गई, एक बातचीत हो गई. इमाम ने आपको इसमें आजम पढ़ के सुनाया, अब इमाम को वो इसमें आजम पढ़ के सुनाए. मौला बोलते हैं सिर्फ मेरे साथ शेयर करना ही है और किसी के साथ भी नहीं. सिर्फ मेरे साथ इस इसमें आजम को शेयर करना. वेरी important. It makes it easier for us to follow the Farman. If you have the imagination, then you can do it. If you believe, you can do it. Mullah says, okay. So after Khanavadan, apparently Mullah went back to his Mubarak Gadi. Upon returning back to the mic after request from a missionary, Imam jokingly continued, I have submitted to advise my beloved spiritual children. I have been asked to share to you what is the meaning of the bowl. And I thought that was a good request. फरमान खत्म करते हुए जब मौला अपने जगह पर दोबारा से तख्त मुबारक पर बैठ गए तो मिशनरी की रिक्वेस्ट हुई कि मौला आप इस बोल के मानी भी समझा दें. मौला फरमाते हैं कि बहुत ही अच्छी दरखास्त है. It made Mullah happy that missionary humbly asked Imam himself to explain the understanding, the meaning of the bowl. And that made Mullah happy. And that was a good request, Mullah says. जब वो मौला दोबारा से तशरीफ रखे अपनी गादी पर तो मिशनरी ने दरखास्त की कि मौला इसमें आजम के मानी भी आप ही अपने मुख मुबारक से जमात को समझा दें। जिस बात पर मौला बहुत ही खुश हो गए और फरमाया कि ये बहुत अच्छी दरखास्त है, क्योंकि माने जाने बगैर हम किस तरह से बोल को पढ़ेंगे। सुभान अल्लाह। Mullah says, the bowl means he who is above everything, above the universe, above human mind, above everything. So, first, Mullah said, this Isme Azam, and the meaning of this Isme Azam is, जो भी मुला ने फरमाया, मुला फरमाते कि इसका मतलब है कि ये तमाम चीजों से बालातर है। जो भी आप उसके लिए विचार करते हैं वो उससे ऊपर है। जो भी आप सोच सकते हैं वो उससे भी ज्यादा ऊपर है, वो उससे भी बुलंदतर है। सेकंड, Mullah says, why have I chosen it? Meaning, why did I choose this Isme Azam? There are many Isme Azam. Why did I choose this Isme Azam? मुल्ला फरमाते हैं कि मैंने ये इसमें आजम आपके लिए क्यों रखा, जबकि बहुत सारे इसमें आजम हैं। Now Mullah is explaining, because when you sit and you use the expression, that bowl, spiritually you are seeking to elevate yourself toward the eternal, and that is important. Why did I choose this? Because when you reflect and express your bowl spiritually, when you seek, it will elevate your soul toward the eternal. It will bring you toward something which is out of this world, out of this physical world, out of your imagination. And that is important. Mullah said that is important. That is important to the Imam, and that would be important to you. इसलिए मौला ने इस इसमें आजम को चुना था ताकि ये इसमें आजम आपको रूहानियत में बुलंद मकामात पर ले जाए और ऐसी मकाम पर ले जाए जो इस दुनिया से बाहर और बालातर हो। और ये बहुत ही जरूरी है, मौला फरमाते हैं, आपके लिए भी और इमाम के लिए भी। यू आर seeking a bridge between your soul, your spiritual life, and the eternal. You are seeking a bridge. In other words, this bowl will make that bridge. That bridge between you and the Imam, you and your soul, you and your spiritual life, and you and your eternal life, not physical life. ये बोल ऐसा बोल है कि जिससे आप एक पुल बना सकेंगे आपने और इमाम के दरमियान में, अपने और रूहानियत के दरमियान में, और आपकी आला रूहानी जिंदगी के दरमियान में। आप ये ब्रिज बनाएंगे, एक पुल बनाएंगे, और ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, मौला फरमाते हैं जरूरी है आपके लिए भी, इमाम के लिए भी। And if that bridge has come into existence, you will know it, it has come into existence. If you are able to build that bridge, if you are able to connect that bridge, then you will know it, because you will be able to use that bridge to cross into the spiritual world. You will be able to cross into the higher world. You will be able to cross into the Betul Khayal. आपने देखा, मौला फरमाते हैं कि अगर आपने ये पुल बना लिया तो आप समझ लेना कि आपको ना सिर्फ इसका पता होगा, आप कभी भी नहीं भूलेंगे, बल्कि ये ब्रिज आपके लिए बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट काम आने वाला ब्रिज होगा. So let's see if we can finish this paragraph and then we will stop. Inshallah, then if you have any comments or question, we can talk about it. So let's finish this paragraph. You will know it, it has come to existence. You will retain from it joy. You will retain from it the courage. You will retain from it strength. You will have eternal satisfaction that nothing, nobody can give you other than this one exercise of spiritual search. Subhanallah. I love the way Imam uses the perfect words to express how this Ismi Azam can help you and can come into the existence. I love it. The way Imam uses the perfect words to explain to us. Imam says, if you have this bridge, first you will know it. There's no doubt. From it, you will retain the joy, you will retain the courage and the strength, and you will retain the eternal satisfaction that nothing and nobody can give you other than this one exercise of spiritual search. I don't know if you are understanding what Imam is saying here or what I'm trying to explain to you. Imam saying anything and everything you do, you put that on one side, and this one single exercise, ibadat, the exercise of your bowl, this one single exercise, what it can give you, nothing can give you. You put all your shariat, your practices, your beliefs, your other exercise, and you put ibadat on other side. This one single exercise of ibadat of Ismi Azam, this is the one can give you anything and everything you are seeking from our tariqah, from our practices, from the Imam Zaman. Look at the weight of this one single exercise versus all of the Shariat, all of your doing. How much do we do every day? Tasbiyah, dua, dason, Giryauzari, Ginan, Farman, all the good deeds. Everything you put on one corner and you put ibadat and bowl on one corner. That's how much weight this one holds. I hope we are understanding this point. That's how important, valuable this bowl is. आप समझ गए? मौला फरमाते हैं कि ये जो इसमें आजम और इबादत है वो एक ही एक्सरसाइज है जो आपको सब कुछ दे सकती है, सब कुछ दे सकती है जो आपको रूहानियत के अंदर चाहिए. एक सिंगल एक्सरसाइज. उसके मुकाबले में जितनी भी चीजें आप करते हैं, शरीयत के अंदर जितनी भी चीजें आप करते हैं, दुआ पढ़ते हैं, दसों डालते हैं, तस्बीहात करते हैं, जमात करने जाते हैं, अच्छे डीड करते हैं, और गिरियावजारी करते हैं, मजालिस करते हैं, सबको एक तरफ रखें और इबादत और बोल को एक तरफ रखें। ये एक वो सिंगल एक्सरसाइज है जो आपको सब कुछ दे सकती है। इतना वैल्यूएबल ये बोल है आपके लिए, ये बोल है आपके लिए। I'm not saying that give those up. That the value that we give to this versus the value we give to this, where do we stand in our understanding? The value we give to this and value we give to this, where do we stand in our understanding? This is what we are talking about. आप जितनी तवज्जो और अहमियत इन तमाम चीजों को देते हैं, उसके मुकाबले में आप इबादत और अपने बोल को कितनी तवज्जो और कितना वजन देते हैं, कितना तवज्जो देते हैं, ये मैं कह रहा हूं। ऐसा नहीं कि ये इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, लेकिन इसके ऊपर जो आपकी तवज्जो, आपका वक्त, आपके पास जो वैल्यू इसकी गिनते हैं आप, इसकी कीमत जो रखते हैं आप, उसके मुकाबले में आपकी इबादत और इसमें आजम की क्या कीमत आपने लगाई है, आपने क्या इसके ऊपर तवज्जो दी है, कितनी तवज्जो दी है, कितना जोर देते हैं इसके ऊपर, ये मैं कह रहा हूं। So let's stop at this wonderful point. Inshallah, if you don't have any, if you have any misunderstanding, anything I said, you like me to repeat, उर्दू में चाहे इंग्लिश में चाहे, जो भी आपको पूछना है आप खुले दिल से पूछ सकते हैं, ताकि हम इस फरमान से भरपूर फायदा उठा सके। Ask so we can take complete and full advantage from this फरमान जी।
Subhanallah, sir, Subhanallah. Friends, please share your questions in the chat, or you can unmute your device and you can ask your questions. Sir, we don't have any question in the chat at this time. Any friends have any questions? You can unmute your device if you want to ask.
Any comments, any question, anything you like me to repeat? I'm sure we are all feeling this was one of the great learning and the Farman. Shukar Alhamdulillah. Ji Amina. Ji Amina, go ahead. I think she is not able to say. She had her hand raised. Any other comments or question? Okay. So somebody sending me this comment here privately. Okay. All right. So question, I'm going to just paraphrase because he's sharing with me in a private chat here, that sometimes we have physical issues, and we are not able to sit in the ibadat the way we supposed to sit in the ibadat. So what do I do? I believe this question is not a new question. We had talked about it. What is more important what is the promise that you made to the Imam? That you will wake up every day for the ibadat. Do you ever remember Mola told you that not only you have to wake up for the ibadat, you must sit in such a manner that is lacking to the Imam in a particular way? No, he never told you that. I promise you, he have never told you that. Wake up for the ibadat. The intention must be there. The niyat is to wake up and do the ibadat. How you do it, we will leave that up to you. Do not listen to anyone who tells you otherwise. And I know there are a lot of people who will tell you, you cannot sit like that, you cannot sit like that, you cannot sit here, you cannot sit there. Don't listen to any of them. It's between you and your Imam. Whatever makes you comfortable, that's how you sit. Whatever makes you comfortable. Important part is that you are present, you are keeping your promise, you are waking up for the ibadat, and you are reciting your bowl. That is only one most important part. How, where, and when, don't worry about it. If you want to wake up at 3 o'clock, perfect. If you want to wake up at 4 o'clock, perfect. You want to sit there or sit there, no problem. If you cannot sit in a normal way, sit whatever makes you comfortable. Whatever helps you come and sit in the ibadat, use that method. No one can tell you otherwise. Coming and waking up for the ibadat and remembering your bowl is the only and the most important part. Just remember that. That's between you and your Imam. You do what helps you, whatever makes you comfortable. I hope you were an English speaking person because you wrote in very nice language. जी
वाली मदद सर
या अली मदद
सर आप है ना बीच में एक पॉइंट बोले कि 3 साल से मैं यही चीज समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा उसको एक बार फिर से बोलो ना सर थोड़ा मिस हो
जी
गया
जी कि हमने बार बार इस बात पर जोर दिया कि जब हम इसमें आजम लेते हैं और बैतुल ख्याल के लिए हम वादा करते हैं इमाम से, तो हमने बार बार इस बात को समझाया कि ये बात आपके और इमाम के दरमियान में है और ये बात हमको नहीं भूलनी है कि इबादत और इसमें आजम आपके जाती और इमाम के जात के साथ जुड़ा हुआ है। आप इस बात को किसी और के साथ डिस्कस ना करें। और जब आप इसमें आजम पढ़ते हैं तो उसके लिए प्रैक्टिस की जरूरत होती है, जो हमने पिछले 3 साल के अंदर बार बार समझाया कि अक्सर लोग भूल जाते हैं और वो ये समझते हैं कि सारा दिन हमको जो करना करेंगे और फिर 4 बजे उठकर हम इबादत करेंगे और कामयाब हो जाएंगे। याद रखें, आपको इबादत और इसमें आजम की प्रैक्टिस करनी है, पहले उसकी प्रैक्टिस करनी है और फिर याद रखना है कि इमाम आपके साथ है, इमाम ने आपका हाथ पकड़ा हुआ है, इमाम आपके करीब खड़ा हुआ है, इमाम का हाथ आपके ऊपर है। पहले इसकी प्रैक्टिस करें, फिर आप सुबह को उठें ताकि वो प्रैक्टिस जो आपने दिन में की होगी वो आपको काम आएंगी, क्योंकि आपने उसको अच्छी तरह से याद कर लिया होगा। अब वो इसमें आजम खुद ब खुद चलेगा, खुद ब खुद चलेगा। और इबादत के अंदर आप बेफिक्र होकर खुशी के साथ आराम से बैठे, वरी ना करें, फिक्र मत करें। आप आपका मौला आपके साथ खड़ा हुआ है, आपको किस बात की फिक्र है। और ये अलग अलग चीजें हमने आपको 3 साल तक समझाई है कि किस तरह से इबादत के अंदर कामयाबी के क्या क्या तरीके हैं, उसके असूल क्या है, वो आपको अलग अलग जबानों के अंदर, अलग अलग वक्त के अंदर, अलग अलग तरीके से सिखाई गई है। आप उसको याद करके उसको प्रैक्टिस करें। जी
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच सर। और आज बोल का मीनिंग का जो आप समझाए ना सर अली पापा के फरमान से, उससे बहुत ऐसा समझ आया कि फिर मीनिंग और मीनिंग के बाद में क्यों अली पापा आपने को यही बोल दिए है, तो वो मकसद को याद रखना है हमको।
जी बिल्कुल।
उससे बहुत इजी हो गया सर। थैंक यू सर अली बता,
यू
शुक्र
वेलकम।
मानो।
मैं आपके लिए एक मिसाल बयान करता हूँ, आपको बड़ी पसंद आएंगी। इमाम को एक डॉक्टर समझ ले आप, और हम मरीज हैं। अब आपके सर में दर्द होगा तो आपको सर की गोली देंगे, मेरे हाथ में दर्द होगा तो मेरे को हाथ की गोली देंगे। तो जब इसमें आजम मौला आपको देता है तो आपको वो इसमें आजम देता है जो आपके लिए बेहतर है। इसलिए मौला ने फरमाया कि ये सिर्फ तुम्हारे और मेरे दरमियान में है। मैं आपको वो गोली दे रहा हूँ, वो बोल दे रहा हूँ, वो इसमें आजम दे रहा हूँ जिससे आपको जाती तौर पर फायदा हो। वो इसमें आजम नहीं दे रहा हूँ जिससे उसको फायदा हो। आपने देखा, हर एक को उसकी कैपेसिटी के हिसाब से, उसकी जरूरत के हिसाब से इसमें आदम मिलता है। जी
याली मदद सर।
याली मदद।
सर एक दफा इसको वापस से समझाएंगे। यू हैव सीकिंग अ ब्रिज बिटवीन योर सोल, योर स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ एंड द इटर्नल, प्लीज।
जी so what does bridge do? Think about a bridge. We are in the physical world and we have our soul. Imam and the Noor is in the spiritual world, and it is the higher soul of our lower soul. So now we are building a bridge between this one and that one. Just like if you wanted to cross a river, a body of water, how will you cross a body of water? You build a bridge, and you will walk on the bridge and go to the other side. In other words, the link that Imam has given you, the Ismi Azam, that Ismi Azam itself is the bridge. Utilize that Ismi Azam. Make a way, make a bridge, make a pathway, so you may cross that bridge to the spiritual world compared to the physical world. Cross the bridge between your lower soul and Imam's higher soul. Cross the bridge of your Khayal and Betul Khayal, the thought and the spiritual thought. Cross that bridge. Here, the understanding is that there is a pathway called bridge. One must get on it, walk on it, think about it, get on it, walk on it, and then cross it. Did you understand that? We have to get on that bridge, come to Ibadat. We need to walk on that bridge, come to Ibadat, constantly with the discipline, never ever stop, and then cross it. Be successful in that ibadat. Did you understand? Get on it, walk on it, and cross it. 3 stages of the ibadat. Ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
सर हिंदी प्लीज सर
जी, तो हमारी बहन ने बहुत अच्छा सवाल पूछा कि यहाँ पर जो पुल की बात हुई है कि पुल बांधे आप, और आपके और इमाम के दरमियान में, आपके और रूहानियत के दरमियान में, आला मकामात के दरमियान में एक पुल है। तो पुल क्यों? पुल हम कब बांधते हैं? जब हम एक मकाम से दूसरे मकाम पर चल के नहीं जा सकते हैं, क्योंकि बीच में पानी होता है, बीच में रेलवे ट्रैक होता है, बीच में कोई ऐसी चीज होती है जिसको हम क्रॉस करके नहीं जा सकते हैं, तो हम पुल बांधते हैं ना। तो हमारी रूह जो हमारे जिस्म में है, ये ज़ाहिरी दुनिया में है। हमको इमाम की रूह तक पहुंचना है जो रूहानी दुनिया में है। वो रूह हमारी रूह का उपला हिस्सा है, लेकिन वो ऊपर का हिस्सा है, हमारी रूह नीचे का हिस्सा है। तो हम इसके दरमियान में एक ब्रिज बांधते हैं, एक पुल बांधते हैं, और उस पर हमको चलकर उसको क्रॉस करना है। लेकिन उसके लिए 3 चीजें हैं। पहले आपको पुल पर पहला कदम रखना है, फिर उस पर चलना है, फिर उसको पार करना है। अब ये क्या 3 चीजें हैं? इबादत में आपको आना है, इबादत करनी है, इसमें आज़म लेना है, ये आपका पहला कदम है। अगर आप पहला कदम ही नहीं रखेंगे पुल के ऊपर, तो पुल को कैसा क्रॉस करेंगे? कब हमने पहला कदम रखा? जब हम इमाम के पास गए और कहा हम इबादत करेंगे, हमें इसमें आज़म इनायत कीजिए। फिर हम इबादत के लिए उठे, ये आपका पहला कदम है। फिर उस पर चलना है, यानी कि रोज इबादत करनी है, छोड़नी नहीं है। इस पुल पर आके बैठ नहीं जाना है, उस पर चलना है, बाकायदगी से डिसिप्लिन के साथ उस पर चलना है, और फिर उसको पार भी करना है। यानी कि ऐसा नहीं कि हमने इबादत में आगे, बेतुल ख्याल में आगे, फिर उधर जाके बैठ गए, ऐसा नहीं करना है। उस पर चलकर उसको पार करना है। तो ये 3 चीजें थी एक वर्ड के अंदर, इसके मायने के अंदर। सुभान अल्लाह जी।
तो सर इसमें आप जैसा बोले ना स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ और इटर्नल लाइफ, तो ये 2 अलग अलग चीज है, स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ और
ओके,
इटर्नल।
एक जो है वो रास्ता है और एक जो है वो डेस्टिनेशन है। आप समझ गए? स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ जो है वो हमारे फिजिकल लाइफ के बाहर ऊपर की जिंदगी है, और एक आखिर में जहां पर हमेशा के लिए हमको रहना है, यानी कि वो रास्ता है, वो घर है। इंग्लिश में इसको पैथवे एंड डेस्टिनेशन कहते हैं जी।
थैंक यू, शुक्र मौला सर।
शुक्र अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। Someone is asking, what is more important, the song or ball? What a great question. Don't be afraid. Ask hard question. And this is hard question. What is more important, the song or ball? Without the song, you have no use of the ball. So, without the ball, you give the song, no benefit. Without the song, you have no use for the ball. Without the ball, you cannot benefit from the song. What is important? You tell me. You know what we
Son
say?
this. Sorry.
Hold on,
Sorry. Sorry.
hold
Go ahead.
on. We call this required for each other. Required for each other. लाजिम व मलजूम एक दूसरे के लिए. दसों के बगैर बोल का कुछ काम नहीं है. बोल की प्रैक्टिस के बगैर आप दसों से फायदा नहीं उठा सकते हैं. तो कौन सा इंपॉर्टेंट हो गया? ये लाजिम व मलजूम हो गया. They are required for each other. You give the son, you take the ball, you practice the ball, so you can benefit from the son. Does everyone understand this? If we put emphasis on one or the other, we will lose. We will lose because you will give the son and never have emphasis on the ibadat and the ball. You will lose. You take the Isme Azam, you do this ibadat, but don't pay attention to the son, you lose. They are both important, required, compulsory. एक दूसरे के लिए जरूरी है, लाजिम व मलजूम है. आप समझ गए? आपने एक पर तवज्जो दी, दूसरे पर नहीं दी, आपका दोनों का नुकसान हो गया. जी. Those are the hard questions that we must ask. And don't worry, if this Garib and Nachis don't have an answer, I will submit humbly, and I will tell you I don't have an answer. If there is an answer I cannot give, I will humbly submit and I will tell you this is not the question I can answer. But ask question, hard question. Don't be shy. Whoever was asking this, I do appreciate you. Thank you. Ji.
सर एक
Sir,
क्वेश्चन था.
sir,
Ji.
friends. Okay, go ahead.
सर इधर हमने मौला फरमाते हैं कि you will have internal satisfaction, then nothing nobody can give you. तो वो internal satisfaction चाहिए कि eternal चाहिए अपने को? मौला दोनों को एक्सप्लेन करते इसमें.
जी. तो आप समझ गए ना? अगर एक इटर्नल है तो वो इंटरनल भी होगा कि नहीं होगा? इटर्नल के अंदर तो सब कुछ आ जाता है ना. इटर्नल के अंदर जाहिर भी आ जाता है, बातिन भी आ जाता है, अंदर का भी आ जाता है, बाहर का भी आ जाता है कि नहीं? Think about that. Doesn't eternal and external comes in eternal?
Yes.
So one thing which is for always encompasses inside and outside both, right? That's what it means. आप
Okay.
समझ गए?
जी जी.
जी. दोनों
Thank
आता
you.
है उसके अंदर. Yeah. So I have another chat that came into private. Thank you for sharing your private chat with me. You can also share with everyone because we are all friends. We are all brother and sister. So one of the chats it says that after all this doing, everything that has been explained and practiced, isn't it up to the Imam and his mercy? You are absolutely right. हम जो भी मेहनत करेंगे, जो भी प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, जो भी कोशिश करेंगे, at the end it is up to the Imam and his mercy to bless us. But remember, if you don't practice, if you don't fulfill your promise, if you don't do anything, then what will Imam's mercy will do for you? I hope you're not saying that if I don't do anything, and even then Imam can bless me. So you see, again, hand in hand, there's a two-way bond, two-way promise. You do your part, and believe me, Imam's promise is always there. He will. There's no doubt. There's no doubt in my heart. He will bless you because he wants to bless you, because he wish to bless you, because he will to bless you. But we have to do our part. That thought, that ill concept that I can do, and if Imam don't want, I will never have it. How about you say, if I do it, I believe Imam will give to me. See, another way of thinking. How about we change our viewpoint? Let's talk about it one more time. Very important. I appreciate all your questions. We can do the ibadat in two forms, two beliefs. Doesn't matter how much I do, it doesn't matter. I will only get it when Imam will bless me. Yeah, you're right. You're correct. How about we go with the second belief? If I do my part, Imam will do his part. If I fulfill my promise, Imam will fulfill his promise. Because I am doing what Imam is asking me to do, he will bless me. Because that is whole purpose of him taking the trouble, coming to us and giving the Isme Azam. Because he wants to bless you. He wants to give you that nur. You see, there's a two school of thought. Personally, I don't like the first one. I like the second one. Believe he wants to give to you. That is my belief. That is my 100% belief that Imam is so eager to give you the Isme Azam. He's that much eager to give you the blessing and the nur. How about we go with the second belief instead of the first belief? But your question is good, your question is correct, and your thought, even though it's correct, but we can take it to the next level, the higher level. How about we take it to the next level? आपने सुना कि क्या हम मेहनत कर करके थक जाएंगे जब तक इमाम की मेहरबानी नहीं होगी? कुछ भी नहीं होने वाला है। हाँ, ये बात दुरुस्त है, मान लिया ये बात दुरुस्त है कि ये इमाम ही की खुशनौदी से, ब्लेसिंग से होने वाला है, मान लिया। लेकिन ये सोचना कि मैं कुछ भी कर लूं, कुछ भी नहीं होने वाला है जब तक इमाम की मर्जी नहीं होगी, इस विचार को हमको बदलना है, आज बदलना है। वो ये है कि इमाम तो चाहते हैं आपको नूर देने के लिए, तब तो इतनी तकलीफ लेके वो आते हैं, हमको इसमें आजम देते हैं, खुशी खुशी से इसमें आजम देते हैं, और वो चाहते हैं कि पूरी जमात इबादत करे। हम इबादत करेंगे, हम अपना वादा निभाएंगे, हम रोजाना उठेंगे, जिस तरह से इबादत करने की शराइत है उसको पूरा करेंगे, तो वो तो खड़ा हुआ है, आपके बाजू में खड़ा हुआ है, आपको नूर देने के लिए खड़ा हुआ है। वो तो चाहता है कि मेरे तमाम मुरीद नूर के रोशनी से ना ले। हम इस ईमान के साथ इबादत करें तो हमारे दिल में इतनी उम्मीद आएंगी, इतनी खुशी आएंगी, क्योंकि वो तो खड़ा हुआ है देने के लिए, वो अपना वादा पूरा करता है। यकीन करें, ये मेरा 100% 100% यकीन है कि वो तो खड़ा हुआ है, हाथ में लेके खड़ा हुआ है देने के लिए। हम लेने जाएं तब ना, हम तैयार हैं तो वो तो देने के लिए तैयार है. What a beautiful question. Great debate. Thank you so much. Okay.
Sir, you want to talk about a little bit about those people? Some people use the tasbih beads during the bandagi.
G. All right. So that has been seen. First of all, I want to tell you whatever makes you comfortable, whatever helps you concentrate. Okay. Having said that, we are making it clear that there are some who use tasbih and tasbih para during ibadat. Okay. Remember what I already said, that whatever helps you, whatever makes you comfortable, you do. No one can tell you otherwise. Having said that, using tasbih in the ibadat is not proper, is not necessary, is not required, because tasbih is normally used during the tasbiyat whenever we do anything physically, meaning combinedly with the Jamaat we are reciting 1133, 1133, 100 para tasbih as a combined request asking a tasbih. During the ibadat and the sound of the tasbih, your hand moving, your mind is here. We don't need that. We need to concentrate between here and here. We don't need anything else in our hand. Matter of fact, I have seen, and myself, I don't like to watch my watch. I take out my watch. I don't want nothing in my hand. My watch, my tasbih, nothing. I want it to be pure of all of this thing. And then concentrate from here to here. When you use tasbih, what's happening is when you're making the sound, because it's so quiet, especially in Jamaat Khana, it's so quiet, it disturbs other. So keep that in mind also. And more important is, on top of all that, you don't need it. Tasbih has no role in your ibadat. Leave your tasbih, put it in front of you, leave it there, and concentrate from here to here. But remember my first point, what I said, no one can tell you what to do and how to do it. This is just a educated, humble opinion that you don't need it. You don't need it. There is no use for it. So I hope this was your question, and I hope it helps, and it will help the others, because when you are using tasbih, there is a sound due to the quiet in the Jamaat Khana that could disturb others. G.
Sir, we have a few more questions in the chat. Why do we need to repeat the bowl so quickly, so often?
Imam himself have guided us, and the logic behind that is that if we don't repeat and if we don't say it abundantly and in the fast manner, your worldly thought will come into your mind and you will forget your Isme Azam. It will disturb you. So when you say your Isme Azam abundantly and in the high speed, there is no room for worldly thoughts to enter into your mind. because your mind is fully occupied with इसमें आज़म. ये बहुत अच्छा सवाल है कि इसमें आज़म को इतना ज्यादा और इतना तेजी से क्यों पढ़ना चाहिए, ताकि दुनियावी ख्यालात दरमियान में ना आए. और ये खुद इमाम ने फरमाया है कि आप इसमें आज़म को बहुत ही तेजी से और बहुत ही ज्यादा, यानी कि क्वांटिटी वाइज एंड स्पीड वाइज पढ़ें आप, ताकि दुनिया के ख्यालात दरमियान में ना आए. इसलिए it is important that our Ismi Azam is recited in the abundantly, quantity wise and speed wise. G. Great question. Thank you.
Yalima, sir.
Yali Madad.
Sometimes I'm thinking, because people taking tasbih, they're saying tasbih so faster, like disturbing so much. But then I'm thinking might be they don't have a ball, so they might be saying tasbih without ball, because somebody who have ball, they disturbing like that their brain and other people's brain, so they might don't have a ball and they just saying all of the tasbih girazar is like that.
So I will request those who use tasbih during the ibadat, if you are in Jamaat Khana, please keep the tasbih down and do whatever you are doing. We are not saying that you have Ismi Azam or not. It's just a humble request so it does not disturb other. That's all we are saying.
Yeah, but how
All right,
can we
so
tell
there
them?
is,
How can we tell them? They're sitting nearby us
you
and
don't
they're saying that
you
we
don't
can't
tell
do nothing.
anyone. You
Yeah,
don't
we
tell
can't do
anyone.
nothing. So
Sure.
disturbing, really disturbing. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
So you're welcome. There is another question. So someone asking, and I believe we have covered this at least 100 times in last 3 years. At least 100 times in last 3 years. But because you are still asking, I would never mind repeating answer again and again and again and again. Someone saying, can I recite my bowl during the daytime? Should I recite my bowl during the daytime? Is it proper to recite my bowl during the daytime? Were you not listening to me? Daytime is the time when you're supposed to practice your Isme Azam. The 4 o'clock is the time for the examination. You cannot come to the exam and practice your lesson, can you? Think about that. If you have a exam tomorrow morning, when will you practice for your exam? Logic. Our tariqah is of the logic and intellect. We don't do anything without logic and intellect. You have to recite bowl during the daytime constantly, all the time, and then when you have few minutes, you're supposed to sit during the daytime to practice, and practice makes it perfect. And then when you go at 4 o'clock in the morning, you are ready to take the test. You are ready to elevate your soul. You have practiced so much, the Isme Azam will rise, will speak itself automatically without any effort. If you don't do that, then again is your free will. No one can tell you what to do. We can always tell you how it can help you be successful in ibadat. How would it help you automate your Isme Azam? How would it help you take all the worries away from you? And that is practice, practice, and make practice perfect. So you can come into ibadat and have a wonderful, joyful, happy moment of ibadat. But again, free will is yours. Don't let anyone tell you what to do. Those are just the suggestions, experiences of our dais, and that is how all those who have been successful, listen to me, those who have been successful have practiced that. You want me to give you example from Imam Farman? Pir Sadruddin 16 कलाक ibadat karta tha. Pir Sadruddin would do ibadat of 16 hours. When was he doing ibadat of 16 hours? During the daytime. During the daytime. Practicing, practicing, practicing. You see that? All the successful Mu'mineen, Arifin, Dais, Pir have used this method to be successful. But don't let anyone tell you what to do. You do what you like. G. Very good. Very good question.
Sir, it's 8:30. So you want to take a couple of more questions, or you want to save it for next?
All right, let's take one or two questions. Sure.
Okay.
And
So
then we can continue next week. Remember, Farman is not over. Keep the question, continue to ask. We are here to answer. Ji Kamle Sahib.
So the one of the question is, if you recite the bowl slowly and you are not getting worldly thoughts, is this okay?
Sure, why not? G.
All right. So another question: can we say the sound is the pillar of our faith, but bowl is when you are ready to commit for ibadat, when you are ready?
Sure, why not?
Okay. I think, sir, that was pretty quick, sir. So we don't have any questions, sir?
Those are the easy questions, right?
Yes, sir. Yes and no. That's it. Okay. That's all, sir. We don't have any questions in the chat.
So all those chats that came in a private, please keep those questions. We will come back to it. And you know, if anything that I give you short answer does not mean I don't have a lengthy answer. If you require lengthy answer, you just let me know, because short answer supposed to give you a quick understanding of your question and your answer. Not that I'm trying to save my time or your time. That is not the purpose, because I don't believe that you need a lengthy answer. Short answer can answer your question. G. Thank you, Kamra Sahib. Thank you, everyone. Yali Madad. Yali Madad.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Done a lot today. Thank you very much.
Yali
Very
Madad,
much.
Mola
Thank
Subhi
you.
Salamat.